Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of ArmTalk. I'm your host, Jody Williams. And once again, I have a special guest, and he will be taking part in the King of California event that's taking place tomorrow at Grinder Gym, San Diego, California. My guest is Tony Thomlison. Tony, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. Just getting off of work, just keeping to the grind.
I hear that. I hear that. So tell me something. How did this match come up between you and Tom Nelson?
Say that one more time. It kind of broke up a little bit.
How did this match between you and Tom Nelson, how did it actually come about? Was that a Kyle DePew thing, or who called who out?
Actually, it's kind of been in the works. I think me and Tom we've known each other for a few years now, and he sees me being an up-and-comer, so he knew I was on my way, but Kyle definitely is the one that set it off. So he called me and let me know that Tom was ready to arm wrestle me left, and here we go.
And at some point, and so tell me what team you train with. Are you down in Orange County, California?
Yes.
All
yes.
right.
I'm Orange County, California, right in Anaheim. I'm in an interview. Yeah. We're based out of Anaheim. We have some ocean sides coming up. We got Long Beach, Huntington Beach. A lot of guys coming from different directions, but we're a pretty solid team, I think.
And how long you been pulling for?
Myself, about seven years.
Oh, okay, cool.
About 7 years.
Awesome. So here's my thing. So we see the build-up, and Tom's going to have a busy day. He has Derek Smith on the right hand. He has yourself on the left hand. And so I got to know, and hey, you've pulled Cody Merritt before. So it's not like you've pulled all these studs before. You pulled Cody in Utah. I believe you pulled Cody up at a national one year. So you got some backing right there. Tell everybody out there, all the viewers watching, what makes you dangerous?
What makes me dangerous is I'm just a big dude. I take things very seriously. Not much of a joker, so kind of when I'm on the table, I'm friendly, but I'm business. I'm like an enforcer, and I think that kind of gets people a little bit intimidated a lot of times.
Right.
Also, I'm a natural athlete. I've been an athlete my entire life. I've been fighting since I was in kindergarten, and just doing different things. And being that a lot of things got pushed by the wayside because of situations like I was shot in my eye when I was 16.
Ouch.
That took away my military. That took away, everything that I wanted to do. My professional boxing career. I took third in the nation with a blind eye 6 months after I got shot.
Wow.
It was very hard. But once I was turning pro, they said I couldn't do it. Couldn't get my license. So I'm like, I was depressed for a little while, but I continued to fight. I continued to find ways to compete, and my good buddy Scott Machot got me into it. He's one of the bouncers I was with for a while, and he's basically my best friend now. He got me into arm wrestling in 2014, and haven't stopped since then. I basically maybe missed out on 5 or 6 practices in 7 years.
Hey, that's a good record, man. That just tells me you're real committed and you got something to prove out there. So what are your accolades? State titles, national titles?
I've taken second in the nation twice.
Okay.
Was beat by Cody Merritt for nationals, and then who else? I mean, I've taken a lot of state titles, stuff like that. Just not super into the national thing yet. If it's close, I'm here. But I'm actually not taking it that seriously. I'm taking it pretty seriously, but I think after this match with Tom, if I beat him convincingly, I think I might go ahead and step it up to very serious.
Because there's another big guy in the state of, there's a lot of big guys in California, but there's another one who happens to be also pulling on the card, who happens to be pulling the same opponent you're pulling. Do you think at some point you and Derek Smith will actually meet at some point in the match?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, that's a given. Him and I, we're good buddies, of course, and he's got a little bit more experience than me, but he showed me a lot too. And we are actual rivals on the table.
Right.
He's won me a lot of times right. I've beat him right. He's beat me left, and I mean we win a lot of times. We already know what we have, and there's only so many times you can actually pull each other. But it's getting to the point where everybody's starting to see it.
Right.
So, it's a great deal, and it's going to happen, and it'll be just a matter of time.
Well, here's my next question, because let's just say you beat Tom left-handed, Derek beats him right-handed. Is there a big question mark after that going, okay, well, who's the real king? Because you'll have are you just the left-handed king and he's the right-handed king, or how does that work out?
No, there's no question. It's just he is the right-hand king, or he will be the right-hand king. I will be the left-hand king. But I still have more to prove. There's still people in the state of California right now that I still need to pull, like Wafel. I haven't beat Wafel, but I know I can give him a match. I think that he has to be in the mix as well. Am I deserving of this? I work hard. I mean, people see me work hard. People see me post stuff, I mean, I just do what I do. And, like, the rankings, I love the ranking system. I love the way that they do it. I mean, might not be accurate to some, but It's fun. It's something to put your goals into, right? Derek being ninth in North America left hand right now, that to me is a great thing, because I know where I'm at. Derek knows where I'm at, and it just feels good that way. But we do have a mutual understanding on each other. We respect each other, and that's what it's about.
Right, and I love it. And I think sometimes the latest and greatest was with all these, these trolls that kind of ruin the sport almost, because they like to be so negative. And sometimes you just gotta, scrape that off your shoulder and keep going about your business, So, but I want to bring a couple of viewers in who watching the chat. We got Cobra Roses in the chat. We got David Green in the chat. So, guys, welcome to the show. And so tell me, I mean, you seem like a laid back guy. You just go in there, kick some butt, go home for the day. I mean, like a lunchbox guy. And I don't mean that in a bad way, just to where I don't see you on social media, talking all the noise, that kind of stuff. And you don't need to, because from what I see, that your performance does all the talking. Is that a true statement?
Absolutely. 100%. I don't believe in really talking a whole lot of crap. I've been trying, though, just for showcase purposes. I've been trying to talk a little crap to Tom, but he's better than me at it.
Oh, yeah. And he, with the memes and that kind of stuff. And, I've known Tom for a lot of years now. And I sit there and go, okay, what's he going to bring? I know what he can bring to the table. However, the thing you got to realize is the fact that, okay, this is not 2012 or 2013 anymore. This is, 2021. And now that Tom's taking some time off, and now he's reestablished himself, on the Thomlison scene.
A lot better.
Yeah, but we don't know what to expect from him, because the last tournament he pulled was like I think a couple months ago, 1 month ago, give or take, and he won his class, but it was a small local tournament, and there wasn't really much of a challenge. Now he has a major challenge tomorrow in San Diego, so I think things kick off at 3:00. I want to say, but I'm telling you right now. What's that?
I think he's in a good spot. I think he's in a good spot right now, because if he does beat me and Derek, he can basically be that legend that he wants to be. I mean, he's already a legend in his own right.
Right.
With everything he just accomplished and everything else, but like, there wasn't beasts like me and Derek out there before, like Lucas and all them, but we're right here. We're in his backyard and we're taking over. Which is fine. It's good. You got to pass the baton, right? Even though Tom is 4 years younger than me, I believe, he's got to give his big bro his crown.
Right, and like I said, I mean, there's other guys too, because I don't know what your record is with Jonathan Hoffman, or I don't know what your record is with Mega Mike, or you did say you want to pull Eric Rafael, so there are some other guys out there. So let's just say you beat Tom. Now, are you on a hunt now, or are you at a point where now let me do some more tournaments? I mean, because some guys nowadays are at a point where, you know what, I'd rather do super matches rather than tournaments. Yeah. How do you feel about that?
I'm gonna do both. I'm gonna do both. I think I'm gonna get old You know, even though I'm going to be 42, I'm already old, but as I get older, I'm still going to enjoy myself, Masters, Open, until I can't do it anymore. You know, I mean, if there's a super match that I'm set up with, and I'm making thousands of dollars, naturally, I'm not going to pick a tournament within 2 months of that.
Gotcha.
But yeah, but it'll be fun. It's all a fun experience for me. You know, there's not too many things that I do on a daily basis or a weekly basis that's exciting. You know, I mean, arm wrestling is my church.
Hey,
you know,
amen to that. So did you go to Arkansas and pull a tournament and you end up pulling Corey West or no?
Arkansas, yeah, that was a surprise for me. Like, that was an eye opener for sure. So I go over there and it's Michael Todd's tournament. You know, I'm expecting that Michael Todd's going to be arm wrestling. You know, that's the reason why I went over there. I didn't even know anybody else that was going to the tournament. I was just like, I want to do this one. You know, it's my first major trip.
Right.
You know, and I go over there and I see Don Underwood's there. I see Nick. What's his name? Nick.
Nick Zenna was there.
Yes, Nick
I
think was there,
I think Mike Aiello was there too, wasn't he?
Mike Aiello was there, and I mean, I'm seeing all these dudes, and I'm like, I wasn't really ready for that.
Right.
I wasn't ready for all those names, you know. And then Corey West, I had no idea who he was, but he was the biggest dude there, you know. And I expected him to be real strong, but he came out with speed, a lot of speed, and a lot of side pressure speed, and I wasn't ready for that. So I think, yeah, I know that I still have a little bit of a ways away, but I know that I have my eyes right now, and I've had my eyes on Robbie Topi for some time, but we've already kind of talked about it. It was almost set up once, but it fell through. That's going to happen, and I want that to happen. Cody Merritt, which I don't right now, he's on a tear. Like, it's going to be very, very hard for anybody to beat that man right now. Me and Cody Merritt are 2-2. When I pulled him and I beat him,
right,
was at the John Brzezinski tournament.
Yes.
In 2017, 18, in that area.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it was just the fact that I was able to pull him more than once. Because, like, anybody can pull anybody and flash anybody one time, right?
Right.
But also, he had just had a surgery like 6 months prior to that, which I didn't know about until after the fact, which kind of makes me sad. It makes me kind of lose my bearings on where I might be in the grand scheme of things. But that was back then. This has been like 3 or 4 years ago, and I'm a different person. I'm a different puller. I'm more experienced. You know, my muscles can handle more. My ligaments can handle more. And me and Cody, I think if we had a super match, I think that would be pretty good. And he might go ahead and beat me, you know, but I think I can, once I catch that hit, we're going to have a war. And I'm hoping that with Thomlison, I know he's going to hit me like a freight train, but I think I'm ready for that. You know, it's just my mind and my confidence, I think, is the key to my victories, you know.
So you're predominantly left-hand puller?
Yes, I am.
Okay, and
my right seemed to be a little better. Before injured a little bit a couple, like 5-6 months ago.
Right.
But yeah, my left is my left. That's the power.
Well, I will say this, and since we're talking about Robbie Topi and Cody Merritt, I got to put this plug in because Robbie Topi texted me about 45 minutes ago. And he said September 11th in his place in Idaho, he's having a big practice with special guest Cody Merritt there too. So if you're interested, you get a hold of Robbie Topi and he'll give you all the information. So there's that right now. So I thought I had to put that in there.
Yeah.
It's funny how you brought those two guys. So
yeah, it's a little close for me.
Right. No, I get it. I get it.
Yeah.
Do you plan on going to IFA Worlds by chance?
I am not.
Okay. So after this, what is your next event?
Next event will be California State, LA Fit Expo.
January.
Yep.
Gotcha.
That's a big one. You have to be at that. You know, it's a 45-minute drive for me. I can't just miss that. You know.
Well, I'll be there, by the way, just so you know, because I have a match with Jeff Frank, the man from the TAL, and his TAL3 event, I was scheduled to be on that card, and we pushed it back. And it just so happens that now that with the COVID thing in Canada, it got canceled. However, our match is still on. So it is still on the weekend of January 8th and 9th, LA Expo. So I'll be there with Mr. Frank, and we're going to throw down left-handed. So I'm excited for that.
Yeah, it sounds like an interesting time.
So tell me, give me your top 3 guys you're hunting and why.
Top 3 guys. I would have to say my buddy Cody Merritt, because he's number 1.
Yeah.
And we're tied up, so we gotta continue with the drama, right? Robbie Topi was the second. I would like to get on right-handed with Wayne Withers.
Ooh, nice. I like that.
I need to have a rematch with Robbie Burnett. I actually beat him in 2018 Nationals, or 19, it was 18 or 19. But he fouled out.
Right.
You know, I just think I had too much hand for him, but we'll have to figure that out. Well, he's losing weight now, so that's not going to be fair. You know, that's not a.
Yeah, he's kind of going down in weight, so I don't know how that's going to work out. Yeah. But
and then what's his face over in Alabama or Georgia, or what's his name? Starts with a P.
Oh, you talking about Paul Passmore?
Yes. Me and that big boy are gonna go to town. Me and that boy are gonna arm wrestle. I'm telling you, that'd be a hot match.
I tell you what, I don't know what your style is, and then I've seen you top roll, but that guy, he's all hook, and when you lock in with him, boy, hold on to your seats, man, because you're gonna be there for a little bit. Because that guy can pull.
Who said I'm gonna get in a hook with this dude? Just because I'm a big dude doesn't mean I'm a stupid dude, you know?
Exactly. I know that's right, you know. So, but yeah, when you name those big guys, and I'm like, okay, here we have Tony Thomlison. And for some reason, not a lot of people know you outside of California, but you've been to the Michael Todd Classic and pulled those big guys. You've beaten Robbie Burnett. And guys, I mean, you've pulled those guys, and for some reason, you're not noticed. I don't understand why. Why is that by chance?
That's because I don't take it so seriously. I mean, when I come into the light of people, it's because I'm meant to be there. I'm not in a rush to be the best.
Right.
You know, I feel like I can be the best. I just need to train like the best, and I definitely don't deserve that right now. So if I become the best with exactly what I'm doing right now, is just time, effort, you know, a little, just take it more of a glorified hobby, then I'm just going to naturally get stronger and, you know, just be at my pace.
There you go. You know, and like I said, with those studs out there, you know, yeah, you need to put your name, you know, in there. What about a Chancha down in the South, you know, Southeast, I should say? You know, how do you think you would stack up to somebody like him?
Chance is fast. He's experienced, but I don't think he has my hand. I think that's how I win, is because of my hand. You know, I got a decent arm, but it's not like an elite arm.
Right.
You know, I have more time to go. But my hand is why we're even having this talk right now. So
hey,
we'll see.
I have a theory. Control the hand, control the match. I've always, you know, hung my hat on that statement, you know. It's just that's just something I live by. I've always lived by that because I know, looking at me, I'm never going to be, you know, the strongest guy at the table. I'm never going to have the biggest biceps and that kind of stuff. But the one thing I will have, you know, I will have a strong hand and wrist. So I always relied on, hey, if I can control the hand, there's a good chance I can control the match. And I've always, you know, felt that way, you know.
Yeah, the one exception to that is like Dallas Langston. Dallas Langston is a beast, and he doesn't need hands.
Okay, but hold on. That is true, but now that he's learned how to slip, he's not even trying to. He's just trying to slip out now with an elbow foul to go with it. So we're going to see. The matter of fact, we're going to see tomorrow when he pulls Cody Hadley. I'm like, look, man, you know, cause if you saw his match with Craig Tullier, you know, yeah, he's learning a little bit better how to slip out to go into the straps. Problem is that when he does it, he's popping his elbow off. So it's kind of like, I'm not sure how strict the rules are going to be, and I'm not even sure what rules you guys using, but he needs to be careful of that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, with Cody Hadley. So Cody Hadley's my teammate. I'm gonna back him 100%. I know what his skill sets are and his power and everything. And I think if he gets into his power quickly, I think you're gonna see a war. You're gonna see a war, and then I think Cody's gonna press right to him. You know, after Langston. Actually, Langston's a part of my team too. He's a part of Orange County.
Right.
But I mean, Langston does his thing for the most part, but he's still part of the team. You know,
right.
I love them both.
I want to be able.
Hadley can win. Hadley can win if he wears Dallas out and doesn't allow Dallas to drag him across the table the way he does.
And that's what comes out. Are you going to be? So let me ask you, whose corner are you going to be in?
I'm going to be in Cody's corner because he's actually one of my officers in the team. When he's here, he helps out. He teaches, and Dallas hasn't been here enough, so I'm going to give it to Cody.
There you go. I want to be able to close my hand like my uncle Cobra Rose, and as he says, he has Cody $100. He has Cody on that. So just thought I'd throw that out there. You know.
Yeah.
Do you know by chance, is your match with Tom, is it on State Kings by chance, or do you know?
I don't think it is.
Okay. Because now that's a big thing now. So
yeah, I don't think Kyle was able to get it on there, but I mean, I'm not a gambling man. I don't know nothing about that stuff, so I don't know how that affects anything. And I would sure as hell if everybody bet on me and somehow Tom surprised the hell out of me, you know, and he beats me, and everybody bet on me, I don't want nobody hating on me.
Right.
Nobody. So, like, I don't care.
I think with the staking thing, I think it's kind of cool that people want to bet on you, but at the same time, it puts a lot of extra pressure on you, in my opinion, because now it's like, oh, man, I don't want people to lose their money because of me, you know? That's how you kind of feel originally, exactly. You know?
Exactly. I'm a protector. I don't hurt people, and that kind of shit hurts people.
Right. And Cobra Roll just says I don't bet. So there you go. There you have that. But
yep.
Tell me some of your training methods that you got. Are you all, table time? Do you have weights? Is it 50-50? Are we working with bands? Things like that.
Mostly table time. About, I would say 90%. And then if I lose some table time, then I'm going to get on the bands. I'll get on the weights, and just do heavy. I like hitting heavy stuff, you know. I table curl. I think the heaviest I've table curled was like 165.
Woo.
One arm.
Yeah, that's. You know what? I used to do that until I did some damage to my biceps. Now I quit doing it because it seemed like the higher I got, I was like, oh, okay. I think the highest I ever got was like 130, and it was a straight table curl, and that's a lot of weight. I got it up, but it seemed like I felt some burning sensation in my bicep a couple years back, and it's never been the same. So it's kind of like, okay, that's a reminder of me to kind of chill off that. When I let it rest, it's fine, but every now and then it'll kind of flare up again. So that's just a reminder of me never do that again. So.
Right. Well, I mean, if you want to go in and hit the biggest weight you can without ever even knowing how to do it, you're going to injure yourself.
Yeah. I mean,
you got to practice with it.
And I'll be guilty. You see all your comrades on there on Instagram and, Facebook or YouTube, and they're putting up this weight.
You're cutting up bad right now.
What's that? What'd you say?
I haven't moved an inch. You're breaking up something fierce right now.
Oh, sorry. I was saying that when you see all that kind of stuff on social media, I do wonder for my own self, I wonder if I can do that. Then, of course, I get a wild hair. I go do that. And sometimes it works. Other times it doesn't. And then I got to sit there and go, okay, look here, Jody, I got to stay in my lane, not get too wrapped up and stuff like that,
Yeah, you know what I call those people?
What's that?
Arm wrestling nerds.
Oh, there you go. There you go.
You just, of course you got to do it. It's just a part of the process, but just don't hurt yourself.
Well, that's just because it's hard to get wrapped up in that. Oh, if Ryan's Bowen doing something, I can do that too. And it's like, oh, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. Or, you learn by trial and error,
I can eat Tide Pods as well.
Yeah. Do I want to sit there and do a lot of side pressure training like Todd Hutchins? Probably not. I mean, unless I want to get all jammed up. I probably don't want to do that. You know what I mean? So I'd rather just keep it simple and stay healthy, and that way I can do what I do when the time comes. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. No, I've kept my eye on you a little bit too. Like you're a good puller. You're
Thank
a good
you.
puller. I wonder how you feel. You know, I've thought about that, and it's gonna happen too.
I feel like I feel kind of pressure. When I mean that is that, okay, when you left California, you went to go to Arkansas. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Who else from California besides your wife was there at that event?
Oh, one of my old teammates. So one of my old teammates from Northern Colorado Arms. That's where Scott Machado is, CJ Latou, Travis, Elijah, and all them. Cameron, and he's actually from the Arizona team. He moved up to Colorado. He joined my team up there.
Right.
Cameron, dang it, I am terrible with the names, dude. Absolutely terrible.
Right.
Cameron, I'm going to figure it out. Give me a minute. Go ahead.
Well, when I say I get nervous is that when I've been to Texas this year. I've been to Oklahoma this year. I feel like I'm carrying the Oregon banner when I go out there, because once I venture outside my own, neighborhood, which is the Oregon, Washington area, now it's like, okay, now I'm going in uncharted waters, meaning that, okay, I'm going against guys I've heard about and seen about, and I'm like, now I get to go compete with them. I got to let them know that, hey, there's some good pullers in Oregon also, not just, hearsay. You know what I mean? So I always feel like there's that burden. I don't know if you feel the same way, but that's how I feel,
I take pride.
Yeah.
I'll take California pride. Just like when I came to California, I brought Colorado pride. I came in California just ready to wreck people, right? And my first tournament here was in Riverside. That's the first time I met Scott Partington.
Okay.
I found out how much of a beast that dude was. Even though I beat him in that tournament, like I've never been hit that hard in my life, So yeah, I mean, it's just being proud about where you live, It's respect.
Yeah, I love that. And yes, I'll be going to IFA Nationals in Florida. I'll be going to the Fallen Heroes event in Kansas City. So for me to go out there and rub shoulders and hold some hands and do some damage, I'm ready to go ahead and you say wreck people, I say I'm ready to wreck someone's weekend. That's how I look at stuff,
Exactly. That's the fun in it, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm gonna wreck Thomlison dude tomorrow. Watch and see.
I can't wait.
Him. And if he doesn't give me everything that I think he's gonna give me, I'm gonna feel bad, and I'm just not gonna pull with him all like I'm not gonna try to trash him. I'm just gonna hold him until he gets tired.
Oh wow, you're gonna suffocate him, huh?
Yeah. And I'll arm wrestle 3-4 rounds with him, whatever I need to do just to get that, just to let him know he should not be in the super heavyweights anymore. He needs to go down.
Which is funny.
Go down, seriously.
You know what? You know why that statement you just made is so funny? Because back in the day, Tom Nelson was like, "Hey, y'all better stay in the 198s and don't be in the 242 class." So it's funny how you say that, because he used to always joke with that. Y'all better stay. I think it's on one of those little video clips. Y'all better stay in the 198s. And so I'm thinking, wow, and
right.
Yeah. So I mean, here you are. You're like, hey, dude, I love you. You're honest, awesome puller, but dude, you're in my class. I'm not gonna let no lighter guy come in my class and beat me. I mean, that's sometimes you got to have that kind of attitude, right?
Well, it's a lose-lose situation for the bigger dude, number one. I mean, bigger dudes like me and Derek, we should not be getting beat by dudes that are 198s and 242s.
Right.
We should not. We're just too big, too strong. But there are some out there that do. Like, what's his face from LA, from Armenia?
Oh, you're talking about Vazgen?
Varesh.
Oh, Vrej. Is he still around? Whatever happened to him?
I don't know. I've been asking people lately. I don't know where he went, but dude, I want to arm wrestle him right. Like, if he stepped in there tomorrow in that tournament and says, "I will take Tom's place," I would be fucking ecstatic. ecstatic because like that dude should not have beat me, and I want my revenge. But he's one of the world's best arm wrestlers. He's been it forever, you know. And it just the fact that he took my man card almost, you know, it sucked.
Well, he took a lot of people's man card, but I'll throw another name out there. What do you think about Carl Stanley?
I've heard of him. I've seen him arm wrestle a couple times. He looks pretty strong.
Yeah.
I think he might have a little more experience than me, but I think I would take him.
He's another guy, and I want to say 2020 maybe. He had a super match with Robbie Topi. It was left-hand super match at Nevada State Championships. He came out there, and so that's an interesting match to watch. You know, another one was, you know, of course, you know about the Cody Merritt Topi match. You know, things like that, and I was there live in person, and you know the thing about that, what made that so spectacular is that even that match was so, I mean, with the crowd and everything, that you kind of forget Cody won 3-0. But the crowd and the electricity there was just, you know, phenomenal. You know what I mean?
Oh man, that's good promotion though.
Yeah. You know,
because you could have got those guys in a super match in a practice, and ain't nobody gonna think anything out different besides all the two best in the team are there to compete and just mess each other up.
Right.
But no, it's a good production. So you got to know, I was the WAL director for 3 years in Colorado.
Okay.
So I threw a couple WAL tournaments, and I mean, really, really good times. You know, really good times. And I'm actually thinking about doing a tournament here. I'm just not sure when. You know, and then maybe, you know, Kyle, that now he's actually getting into it. You know, I can help him out, and we'll throw something spectacular. You know.
And like I said, I was talking to Kyle yesterday because I had him and Derek Smith on the show, and I asked him, I was like, you know what? The minute this thing is all said and done, come Sunday morning, maybe come Monday morning, you're going to have messages saying, hey, that was an awesome event. Are you going to do it next year? You know, and I know I
watched it.
Yeah, he's got some ideas about Queen of the Table, but I tell you what, when you have guys like there's going to be some unfinished, even though there'll be some questions answered tomorrow, there's also going to be some unanswered questions, if you know what I mean. Where do you go from here? Where does Mega Mike, Hoffman, Derek Smith, list goes on and on. You know, as far as the supers, where do you guys go from here? You know what I mean?
I think kind of what Derek was saying yesterday is like the trajectory of going up the ladder. You know, some people deserve it, some people don't. You know, I've beat people that I think I deserve to start climbing that ladder. Derek has done the same thing. Chancha, you know, Chancha has been going through the ladder, but I mean, he kind of jumped up there real quick.
Right.
You know, I think a little bit too fast. And, you know, that's what he needed to do, and I congratulate him for it. But I think once you start seeing, like, everybody that you talk to, Derek, me, Chancha, once you start seeing them at, like, 6, 7, you know, 10, top 15, basically, then that's where it's going to start changing up on top a lot.
And, you know, all three of you guys, and we'll you know, actually, I should say 4, you, Corey West, Chancha, Derek Smith, a lot of you guys took a different path to get where you need, because Chancha kind of said, okay, I'm doing this. I involved myself in the 4-man round robin that he won. I involved myself, you know, pulling John Brzezinski, went straight to the top. You know, you look at Derek. What did Derek do? He went to go hang out with Larry Wills, you know, got some good content, and he pulled Michael Todd. You know, Corey West trains with Michael Todd, so you know he's always in the mix. And then you went to a Michael Todd tournament, so you got to feel people like Nick Zenna, Mike Aiello.
I didn't get to feel him, and I was disappointed I didn't get on the table with him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because he got beat by, I think it was like Grundy or something.
Oh, okay.
I know there was BJ Fakakis there that beat him, and then there was Grundy. So he got taken out of the tournament.
Gotcha. And
he didn't look like he was in top form anyway. You know, that wasn't the Nick that I knew. So.
Well, I'll tell you what, not a lot of people can say they're tied with Cody Merritt when it comes to one-on-one arm wrestling. You can sit there and say that. So, again.
And I don't care how I got it. I just got it. I'm going to get some more here pretty soon.
It's in the books. Now you got to make sure you got to make it stick. So, again, you've taken different paths So my next question to you is, how do you think when Chancha, I'm sure you heard the way he wanted to do this thing between the big guys, that he wants to wait till all of you guys are at the top of the mountain and not face each other on the way to the top. How do you feel about that statement he made?
I think that's a social media person. I think being in my position, I don't care who it is. If it gets set up, I'm going to do it.
Right.
You know, if I know I can win or not, I'm still going to do it because I don't know how far I've come in the last 2-3 years. Yeah, that's a social media thing. You wanna build that audience. You want to build that spectacular situation into where you're going to make some big bucks.
Right.
I mean, look at fucking Paul Logan and them.
Yeah.
You know, they ain't boxers. They didn't come up in boxing. I mean, as a boxer, you feel disrespected because of the fact that this wannabe dude is going out there and making millions of dollars
off social media. You know,
all over social media. So ultimately, I mean, good on them. They found a way to beat life, basically, right?
Yeah.
And get what they want. I mean, if you're gonna sit here and you're gonna cry about shit, you know, you're gonna say, "Oh, I don't like the King's move," and dude, do something about it. Stop crying about it and press through that thing. And if you can't press through it, continue to try until you do it. You know, it's like no excuses. Just do it.
Yeah.
You lose, you win some, right?
Exactly.
Just do it. That's a part of what's going on here. This ain't just a sport; it's a lifestyle.
Right. And I will say this: there's some truth to be said about the statement that Chance made. You know, yeah, it'd be better if we all, you know, met at the top. That I do understand. However, how do you get up to the top then? Because at some point, you got to pull somebody to keep climbing that ladder. Because if you guys are at the base or at the middle of the mountain, you know, how are you going to take matches on if you're going to go like, okay, well, no, I want somebody more, you know, challenging. Well, how are you supposed to do that if you say no? You at some point you got to pull somebody to make it up to that mountain. You know, you can't be ducking and dodging everybody. You know what I mean?
Right. You can't. But like, let's say me and Derek, for instance, we don't need to be pulling anytime soon. You know, we've already done it.
Yeah.
It's already a done deal, and you know, I respect his decision on what he does with social media and who he goes against, because I mean, I'm not the most impressive person out there. You know, I think I would probably put myself on the bottom of the impressive totem pole.
Right.
You know, I get up there and I just do my thing and I have a good time, and I'm starting to learn how to have more of a good time. I think like the WWE thing, you know, start putting some personality out there. Like, I care too much. I care about my image too much. I'm too professional. You know, I'm a walking bodyguard. You know, I just need to loosen up. Right. I need to loosen up and have more fun, and that's what I've been working on.
No, I totally get that. You know, I mean, everyone has a persona, so to speak. You know, where it's like, okay, you know, because for me, there's two versions of me. There's the Jody Williams that, you know, host of ArmTalk, and then there's the Chocolate Thunder who's actually on tournament day at the table. It's a different guy. Now, when the tournament's all said and done, we'll sit there, get a bite to eat, drink some beers, chit chat, talk shop, and then, you know, and that's what it's all about. That's how I like to do things, you know. But yeah, you got to have that alter ego because, you know, I've learned in the past. I've been in this sport 11 years, and one of the things people say is that, yeah, that Jody's a nice guy. Well, yes, but that also bled into my competition where I was too nice on the table. You know, where I would just instead of fighting what you want on the table, I always was like, fuck it, let's just get what he wants. I'll make the adjustment. I was always that kind of guy, and more oftentimes than not, that's what led to my downfall in the match and led to a loss for me. So I mean, it's still a mental game, a lot of mental game in the process, you know.
Right, exactly right. To each their own, though. Like I'm more of the quiet dude. My rage is in my head. You know, I'm shaking my arms. I'm just staying loose. I'm, you know, warming up a little bit, whatever I'm doing. But like, I got a lot of demons, man. I've been through too much in life, too many failures. I mean, it's in my head, you know. So when I get up on that table, I don't need to be shaking and screaming and everything else. I don't need to get all excited like that because, like, I have it in my head.
Right.
But I gotta let some of that out. I'm just afraid. I don't know why.
Call
it stage fright.
I wouldn't say you're afraid. I just think it's more you're controlling it, which is good. I mean, you don't need to be like Alan Fisher, start shaking tables and bolts and screws start coming off the platform and stuff. You don't have to do that, but to the point where like it's game time, and a lot of time, how do you feel about practice? Because I've ran into this time and time again here and there where at practice, I really don't care if I lose. Okay, fine, whatever. But come tournament time, I'm a different person. And some people, still can't separate the two. How do you feel about that?
I think there's some pullers that take it way too. And then there's some professional, and I think that's kind of what separates it. It's professional or, amateur, whatever the case is. When you're amateur, you just want to kill everybody.
Oh, yeah.
When you're professional, you want to get the work in. So you're going to lose because you just arm wrestle 5, 6, 7 dudes.
Right.
And you're in a losing position all the time trying to get stronger. So.
Oh, I totally get that.
That's what it is.
And I think if more people understood the value of practice, like, if you want, I can run down the street, get you a plastic trophy, and you'll be like the practice champion of the week or the month or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, are you getting better? Because we all know that one guy, if not two, that'll, start with the wrist carved in, or it's like going, all right, man, yeah, you can beat me 9 times out of 10, every day of the week, twice on Sunday with a carved wrist. But once you start straight, because by the time you get to a tournament, they're not going to allow you to start like that. You have to actually get somebody there. Yeah.
Exactly.
And then
that's why that needs to be a normal thing, man. When you're in practice, you have to line up correctly. If you're not lining up correctly, then you're not going, because like you do it in the tournament, you're going to get hit, you're going to get cracked, and it's going to hurt, and you're not going to be in a very nice position.
Right.
So, that's how we practice. We practice straight wrists. We learn how to pronate, we learn how to hook, just like everybody else, right?
Yeah.
But the thing is, you got to do it right from the get-go. The minute someone walks into practice, I'm on them about everything. This is what you don't do. This is what you do.
Yeah, you should, because it's like going, man, come on, dude.
But now I think you're talking more in the lines of, do I feel like a real match is different than like a practice match? Most people would have that question, right?
Yeah.
When you get people together, especially like when Michael Todd's traveling around and stuff like that, ain't nobody taking it easy on him. Nobody's taking it easy on him. They're hitting on him, and he's basically destroying himself, just like Devin Merritt was doing. But he knows he's just going to be that much stronger.
If there's a match, it'll get real, because when he came to Portland, I drove up there, and I'm 3 hours south of Portland, and I drove up there, and he explained to everybody, hey, I'm just going to let you hit, and I'll see if I can stop you. Then at that point, he goes, okay, now, do anything you want to me. I'm going to see if I can stop you up top. So he tells you what he wants to do. Okay, and then that way, what was good about that, you get to feel that elite power, even though at the time when he was up here in Oregon, he was only at 60%, and that still felt powerful. So I can only imagine.
Yeah, I mean, the dude's a beast.
Right.
When you're up at that level, you're going to be strong at 50%. So
yeah,
it is what it is. But I don't know. I think the only thing that's really different between like a good solid practice pool when you have visitors coming over, like when Derek comes over, do you think him and I are going easy on each other? Hell no.
No.
We're pulling.
Because there's a portion of you that wants to know, okay, if Eric Buffel came to your neck of the woods, okay, I gotta go. I gotta see where I'm at. Because you have to know. That's not a wrong thing. You have to know, okay, where do I stand?
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
exactly.
Well, my friend, it is so awesome. Because I mean, and like I said, maybe one of these days, I'll see you in LA. So I'll get to pull around after the event on the table, and we'll see what's going on.
You're going down to San Diego tomorrow, no?
No, actually, I'll be here watching it. So I wish I could, but I'll be here watching it. Because I think Derek will be live on his channel. And I want to say somebody else was doing it live. I can't remember who. But
interesting.
Yeah. That I do know.
I did want to say one thing though.
Yes,
I met some really good friends as of recent. My last tournament that I was at, or the tournament / super match, they flew me out there. Cody, team Texas Arm Wrestling League. They're doing really, really, really good right now. They're changing stuff up a lot. I think they're going to be pretty much hand in hand with Bill Collins and UAL and all these guys. They're gonna make a staple in Texas. I mean, come on, Texas! Look how big Texas is. Why don't they have more poolers?
Honestly,
they
Texas
have like twice as many as everywhere else.
There's so many. They don't really have to go anywhere. Honestly, think about it. Austin, Dallas, Houston, San Antonio, Corpus Christi, Lubbock. List goes on and on. They don't have to really go anywhere. So I get that. They're in like a league. I mean, you can say, oh, WAL, UAL, whatever. And then there's the Texas Arm Wrestling League. That's how big they are, so.
And you know what's great about that? Like, Cody reached out to me and he said, can I set you up for the super match? I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
I was just excited to be a part of something like that. And then when I got there, though, they treated me like a straight-up celebrity, dude. Like, straight-up celebrity. Picked me up from the airport, me and my wife, paid for everything. That's the first time that's ever happened to me in my life. And I loved the hell out of it. That made me feel like I really have the stake in this game now.
Yeah.
Some legitimacy.
When you get to that status and they're calling you and like, hey, well, let me see if I can, hook you up with a hotel while you're here, or let me pay for your airfare or whatever, and that kind of stuff. That tells you right there. And they ask you. That means, okay, they see something in you. It's happened to me before, but they see something in you. So, yeah, it makes you feel warm inside. It makes me go, man, I got to put on the show. I got to make sure when this is all said and done, I got to kick some ass, because you never know. I might get the opportunity again down the road. You know what I mean?
Yep. I mean, I was supposed to go down there and pull Mark Satari.
Yeah.
And then what's his name from Texas? Big boy.
There's
Brian
a lot of.
Sitton.
Oh, that's
Brian
a thick dude too. By the way, that boy's thick.
Yeah, I saw him working out, man. He's pretty strong. He's pretty strong. He's like Jonathan Hoffman strong. He's like Robert from Vegas. He's hitting it. Brandon's a freak. Do you know who Brandon is, right? From Vegas?
Yes. Oh yeah.
That dude's gonna come up quick, and I think he would probably be one of the reasons why they did a over the top too, because he looks like John Grizzly. And
I'm telling you, man. No, that you know what? Since you said that, it all ties in. Since you said that, but yeah, I agree with that. It's like, wow, you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is big time stuff right here. So
I would love to be the big dude at the end though, with Sylvester Stallone.
Bull Hurley?
Be that. Yeah, I would love to play that part.
Oh, dude.
I just don't think that I'm an actor like that though. I'll be smiling too much.
That's because you couldn't help it. That's why.
I know. I couldn't just not smile, man.
There you go.
Try to be all mean. I'm not a mean dude, man.
Well, and that's the thing. I mean, I'm a nice guy by nature, and then all of a sudden, when you try to get mean on the table, it just doesn't happen. So I'm when I'm quiet, I'm thinking on the table, like, okay, what do I got to do? Why grip up? Okay, are they give me up pressure, down pressure, side pressure? Is he gripping me high? Is he gripping me low? That kind of thing. I mean, so I'm thinking, my wheels are spinning. I don't have time to be, shaking any tables and foaming at the mouth and,
Dude,
yelling.
If you go to the toilet, you're breaking up again.
Oh, sorry. No, I'm in my office. Like I said, I mean,
Where'd you go?
You there?
Yeah, you're breaking up hardcore. Did you go to the toilet again?
No, I'm in my office.
All right, yeah, because usually when people go to the toilet, they start breaking up, and it's just like, come on, man, there's a time and place for that.
No, I'm in my office. So, but what I was saying is that I'm not one of these guys that like to sit there and yell and scream and foam coming out the mouth. I'm quiet because I'm thinking on the table. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's just how I am.
Right.
So, but anyway, Tony,
yeah,
I want to.
No, I've seen you.
What's that?
I've seen you pull. I've seen what you do, and you're a thinking man for sure.
Yeah.
That's why I would love to get on the table with you and just see what kind of skill sets you got. That'd be awesome.
Well, one of these days, man, soon enough, because like I said, I'll be at the LA Expo, so I'll be there in January. So yeah, I mean, we'll hook up on the table and we'll get some stuff done. All right, my friend, I'm gonna let you go because you got a big day tomorrow. I want you to get a good night's sleep and everything. So I do want to thank you for joining me on the show tonight.
All right, yeah, thanks for having me too. Just quick shout out. Thanks to Orange County Arm Wrestling. That's my team.
There you go.
Facebook, Instagram, whatever. And just follow us there for sure. Alan Hodzi is my co-captain. Great dude. Smart as hell. He's going to be somewhere as well. But yeah, Northern Colorado Arms once again. And that'll be it.
All right, my friend. Get a good night's sleep and good luck tomorrow.
All right. Have a good one.
All right. Take care. Bye. That was Tony Thomlison, and I'm telling you right now, for a guy who's made a quiet splash, maybe not a big splash to some, but he's made a quiet splash. That's probably the right word to use for that. So, big match for him tomorrow. Tom Nelson, left-handed, best of 5. We'll see what's going on after that. And just so you know, Grinder Gym, San Diego, California, I do believe the festivities kick off at 3 o'clock West Coast time. And just so you guys know, there is not a tournament. These are just straight super matches, okay? So, again, King of California, get a hold of Cal Depew, promoter. He's going to be putting on a hell of an event. And I know, and I told him yesterday, be ready come Sunday morning, maybe even Monday morning. You're going to have people going, dude, that was awesome. Now you got to put a tournament on top of that. So, we'll have to see. But that's enough of that. It's Friday night. I'm getting ready to relax, go get a bite to eat, and probably watch some more arm wrestling footage because this is what I do, you know. Thanks for joining me, y'all. Enjoy your weekend. Enjoy the matches tomorrow. And on Sunday, go Dave Chafee. You heard it here. He's going to beat Levon 4-2. And I'm going to say September 5th will be Dave Chafee Day as an arm wrestling holiday. You heard it here. There you go. As always, y'all, see ya when I see ya. Y'all take care.